DigitalOcean is a cloud provider that, in my idea, it's one of the easiest cloud providers that you can work with. You can create virtual machines that they call it Droplet, and also you can deploy your apps. But installing VICIdial on DigitalOcean is a little tricky. If you want to install it from scratch, it means that you need to install an operating system like Debian or CentOS, and then you need to know how to work with the Linux and run the commands to install the prerequisites and do all the steps for installation of the database, web server, VICIdial configuration, etc. It's a hassle. It's really hard to do, I want to say. You need to know what you are doing. But there is another way. As you know, VICIBOX automates the installation of the VICIdial. So how can we use this VICIBOX in the DigitalOcean? The good thing is that DigitalOcean has a capability to upload your custom ISO image. So you can upload VICIBOX and install it. Not that easy, because the image format that the VICIdial accepts, that the DigitalOcean accepts, is a very custom image. I have a video in my YouTube channel on how to create it. For example, if you have a Proxmox system, but a lot of you don't have that facility. So what I have done, I have downloaded and installed the latest version of VICIBOX, that is version 10.02 as of now. That is May 24th of 2023. And I created that custom ISO. I also did some configuration that is easier for you to install the VICIdial. So it will be a very smooth installation. What you need to do, or what we are covering in this video, is how to download the custom image that I have created in your system and how to upload into the DigitalOcean custom ISOs, how to create a droplet or virtual machine based on this custom ISO that I have provided. Then after you create a droplet and you log into the system, you need to set the IP address. It's very important, and I will tell you exactly how to set the IP address, because DigitalOcean will assign two IP addresses, internal and public, and you don't need the internal one. So I will explain how you can detect which network interface is internal, which one is public, and how to disable the one that we don't need. At the same time, in the same video, we will teach you how to check the network connection and how to set the time zone, because the time zone is very critical in the VICIBOX as well, in the VICIdial system. If the time zone is not synced, then every time you log into the VICIdial, you will have an error that, okay, the time is not synced, contact your administrator. So we will explain how to set the time zone correctly. And after that, we install the VICIdial using VICIBOX Express. Unfortunately, in this version, that is version VICIBOX 10.02, there is a bug that we need to solve it in the Apache. So it's very easy actually to solve, but I explained how to do it. And after that, the VICIBOX is installed, we reboot the system, and then we have an initial setup in the web panel. I explained how to do that initial setup and also how to set permission for the admin user and the whole installation. I think maybe the first time, because you are not familiar, it will take a while, but the second time that you want to install, I can say you can install it in 10 minutes in a cloud. That's amazing for installing on the cloud. Please pay attention, some cloud providers restrict this installation of VICIdial, so you cannot use the same method in other providers. This video is just for the DigitalOcean. I hope it helps. In order to install the VICIBOX on the DigitalOcean, the very first step is to download the ready image that I have created. It's the latest version of VICIBOX, that is 10.02 at the moment. I will update this image by the time, so always check the download link. It will always have the latest version of the VICIBOX. As of now, it is 10.0.2. So if you click on the link, the image will be downloaded. It's about 3.5 gig, so it may take a while. After it is downloaded, I have already downloaded, so I will cancel here. I have downloaded in my desktop. You need to go to DigitalOcean. You need to create an account. If you don't have an account in the DigitalOcean, you can use the referral link that I put into the description of this video. It will give you, if I'm not mistaken, 200 free credit. And it's a referral link, so it will add a credit to my account as well, and I can use for my videos. So I already have an account, so I just need to log into my account, DigitalOcean account. So you have downloaded the image, you log into your DigitalOcean. You need to upload this image into your DigitalOcean account. In order to do that, select Images, and then select Custom Images. When you select Custom Images, here we have import via URL. Don't use this one. It's not working because it's more than 3 gig and it takes a lot of time, and then it will time out. So just select Upload Image and select the image, the VICIBOX image that you have already downloaded from the link that I provided, and select Open. The image name, you can change the name, but it's fine, just let it be there. And a distribution, select as unknown. Distribution, select as unknown because it doesn't have actually open source here. Later, if it brings, you can use the open source, but because we don't have it in DigitalOcean, just select unknown. Here, select the country that is near to your country. For example, Frankfurt, this region is the nearest to where I'm living, so I'm using the Frankfurt. If you are living in any other area and if any of the cities are near you, then select that area. Of course, you can change this later, but better to choose the best option right now. You can add a tag, it's optional. You can add a note, for example, let's name it, for example, VICIBOX 1002. Later, you can use this note and then click Upload Image. When you click Upload Image, you can see the details. It will take a while. It's 3.5 gig. Depends on your upload speed. It may take up to even 1 hour or 2 hours. So don't close this page. If you close it, it will still upload, but don't close the main page. Or even if you can, just let this page be open. It will take a while. As you can see, it's now moving. And after it's uploaded, you can see in the list of the images. I have already uploaded here, so you can see I actually uploaded yesterday. This is the latest version. I have a previous version 6 months ago, but this is the latest version. Use the one. The link that I provided is always have the latest version. I have already uploaded. That's it. If it is uploaded, then we are ready to go to the next step. So we have uploaded the ISO file into DigitalOcean account. Now it's time to create a droplet. If you log in to the DigitalOcean, you need to select the images, custom images, and then this is the VICIBOX image that I have uploaded. Here you need to select more, start a droplet. And now by default, it selects the Frankfurt because when I wanted to upload the image, I choose this one. But if I want to change, I can change it here as well. I let it be Frankfurt. And then this is the custom image. Exactly, it is already selected, so you don't need to do anything. Here, you need to select what configuration do you want. It depends really based on how many agents do you have. It's always good to have at least 4 gigabyte and actually more CPU cores. For example, this has two AMD cores, so it's $28 if you want to run it with the production. I suggest this is the minimum that you want to go for it. But if you just want to test, even you can select 7 gigabyte or 14 gigabyte. The image that I have provided won't work with the 7 USD. Sorry, so you need to select at least 14 gigabyte because the hard disk that I specified is less than 50 gigabyte, but it's more than 25. So the minimum that you can choose is this plan. select so basic, select premium, or even if you select a regular, you can select the 12 USD as well. So this is the minimum one. Imagine you want to install it for the testing, but if you want to go for production, select a better system. Depends on how many agents do you have. Here you can select your SSH keys. If you don't have a SSH key, then you can add one, or you can just set a password. The next one is the name. Let's name it a better name. Let's name it VB1002. Let's put it date 24th May 2023. You can name it anything. And then tag, you can have a tag like VICIBOX or project, or if you have already created a project. If you have not, then you will see a default thing. It's not important, just select whatever it is there. And then select create droplet. Great, it's now creating the droplet. And with the droplet, when the droplet creation done, you can select the droplet, and here you have console. You can click on the console, and you can see it's booting the VICIBOX. So after the droplet creation and booting the system, you need to enter username. Username is root, and password that I have selected is abc.123. Please change this password. How do you change the password? By running the command passwd, PASSWD, and enter. Then it will ask you for the new password. You need to enter twice. I entered the same password because I don't want to change it, but definitely change your password, because maybe a lot of people watching the same videos, and then they may have your IP address and they will use the same username and password to log in. So that's it. We are now logged into the operating system. The operating system is installed. The next step is to set the IP address. Please pay attention. You can see your public IP address is here, 165.232.79.181. Definitely this will be something else for you, because every time you are creating a droplet, it will assign a public IP address for you. So we need to set this IP address in our system. In order to do that, first run yastlan. YAST space LAN. In the interface, you can see Ethernet card 0, Ethernet card 1, and then ETH0, that is 10, 10, 100, 150. This is ETH0. This is the one that I have set during the installation. You cannot use this one. So just first delete it. You can scroll in the system by using tab. So mouse won't work here. Just select tab, again tab, select the ETH0, again use tab, 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 and then we have a delete. So first delete ETH0. Then we need to select IP addresses for network card 0 and network card 1. First one and second one. In order to do that, it's very easy actually in the DigitalOcean, because they already have a DHCP system. So select edit, then again use tab and select dynamic address or DHCP. So we let DigitalOcean to assign the IP address for us, because DigitalOcean has two network interfaces. One of them is internal that we won't use, and one of them is the public IP address that is 165.203.79.181 that we will use. But we don't know which interface is for which one. So this is the best way to do that. Select the dynamic, select next, Again, go to the second interface, select edit, and select again dynamic for this one as well, and select next. So what I have done here, I selected both interfaces, I edited them, and I set it to be as DHCP, and then I press OK. It may take a time because it wants to get the IP address from the DigitalOcean DHCP and set automatically on the network interfaces. So you need to wait here. Great. Now we are in the root. We can type command ifconfig, and you can see, because the screen cannot be larger, you cannot see both of them, but you can see we have ETH2 and the previous one is ETH1. In order to see the actual IP address, type ifconfig ETH1, the first network interface, because I want to see the IP address of that one. Great. The ETH1 is the IP address of the public IP address that I have. This is ETH1. And ETH2, ifconfig ETH2, this is the private IP address. We don't need this. We don't need private IP address in our scenario for the VICIDial. With one public IP address we can do, because we need to access anywhere, and even for the firewall, it's better to disable this second interface. How we can do it? Exactly with the YAST LAN. So again, type YAST LAN, go to network interfaces, and disable the ETH2 if I'm not mistaken. I forgot, but it doesn't really matter because I can disable it. Let's disable ETH2. So I just select edit, and then I set to no link. No links means, okay, I don't want this network to be enabled. I forgot exactly which one was public IP address, but it doesn't matter. I want to show you, even if you forgot, you can remove it again. So I just press OK. I disable the ETH2. Let's see which one I have disabled. We need to wait till the configuration applies. Great. Now, again, I type ifconfig ETH1. Great. ETH1 is my public IP address. I disabled the correct interface. So disable the ETH2. ifconfig ETH2. And ETH2, you can see there is no IP configuration here. And our ETH1 has our public IP address that you can see it will be matched to this one. The next step is to check your network connection. Ping www. Okay, 3W. I'm inventing another World Wide Web. Okay, just ping www.google.com and you can see you have reply. In order to stop it, press Ctrl+C, then it will stop. It shows that we have internet and the IP address is set. That's great. That's the very important step. One last step that we need to do here before we go to the installation is to set the time zone. Time zone is very important in VICIDial because if you don't select the correct time zone, you have problem. And after you log into the web panel, it will ask you that the time is not synced. So this step is very crucial as well. Type this command, VICIBOX-express. VICIBOX time zone. VICIBOX time zone. TIMEZONE. VICIBOX time zone, because we want to set the time zone. And then press enter. So don't forget about VICIBOX Express, just type VICIBOX time zone. Here you can select your time zone. Select the country. Here I select Europe, Germany. You need to select based on the country that you are located at. Also, please pay attention to the time of your system, because for example, if you select the region as, for example, India, and then you select the time zone here as Europe, Germany, then these two are not synced together. So this should be based on the time zone that you have selected or based on the region that you have selected for your virtual machine as well. And press OK. Great. Now you can see the time zone is set to Europe, Berlin. It should show your own country. That's it. We are ready for the next step. In the last video, we have set the IP address. We tested our network connectivity that we can ping Google, and also we set the time zone to our country. Now it's time to install the VICIBOX. In order to do that, install VICIdial, we can use the VICIBOX -express command, VICIBOX -express command, and we press enter. It will ask, what is your local IP address? Just enter the local IP address that you can see here. Local IP address for us is our public IP address. So just enter 165. Of course, this is my IP address. So just enter your own IP address, whatever you are seeing there. For me is this one, 181.181, and then press enter. So this IP should match to whatever you see here as public IP address. Do you want to continue VICIBOX Express? Just press Y and enter. It will automatically getting whatever it is required. For example, the database structure, the latest code, and also it will install whatever it is required. If you have for this current version, just for this current version, that is VICIBOX version 10.0.2, we have another step after it is finished. Because as you can see here, something is failed. Our Apache web service is failed. And this is a bug in the current version of VICIBOX. Maybe the later versions, we may not have this problem. But as of now, you need to do this. You need to open this file. How do we open the file in the Linux? We are using an editor. The editor is Nano, N-A-N-O. We are using Nano, and then we edit a file, nano/etc/apache2/listen.conf. So this step is required. I'm emphasizing this is just required for this version of VICIBOX. So nano/etc/apache2/listen.conf. You can scroll down. This is the problem. We have two listen81. Apache is our web server, and it will tell us which port we are listening on. We have two ports we have two line for listen on port 81. We need to remove one of them. How do you remove it? You can just go to that line and then press backspace or press delete. So delete this one. Also, you need to come down. Again, we have listen 446. And it is twice. Just remove one of them. So I will remove listen 446. Great. And here, in order to save, look at here, it says X. It means that if you press Ctrl X, so I press Ctrl X, it will ask, do you want to save the buffer? Then I press Y, means yes, and then it will ask me, what file do you want to save at? Of course, I want to save the same file, etc/apache2/listen.conf. So I just press enter. So again, I enter nano/etc/apache2/listen.conf. I will delete the lines that are double, for example, listen81, because I have already edited, so it's just one. But if you have two, you need to remove it. Also listen 446. Then you need to press Ctrl X, Y, enter. Let me change something so that it will ask me. Let me just add a space here. You don't need to do that. I just want to show you. So I just press Ctrl X, save buffer. you need to press Y, and then what file to write, just press enter, and then it is saved. That's great. Everything is done. What you need to do is just reboot your system. I'm sure that this problem will be solved in the later version of the VICIBOX, but as of now, we need to install like that, and we have that. Okay, great. The machine rebooted. You can just wait for 6 or 7 seconds or just press enter. Let's wait. It will automatically select, and it will boot to the VICIdial system. So it's already starting all the required services. We just need to wait. And this part that is starting the network interface may take a little longer because it wants to get the IP from the DHCP. Of course, it's always this IP, so you don't need really to set a static IP address. You just need to wait. And great, everything is okay right now. You can see your IP address here. And what you need to do, just put the same IP address. I can copy from here also, paste in your browser. Great, the VICIDOX is installed. You can select administration. You can use the username 6666. This is the default username and password, and the password is 1234. So username is 6666, password is 1234. This is the default username and password that you need to change. Select continue to initial setup. Select the new password. Let's set, for example, abc.123. Use a secure password. It's just for the training, so I use any password. Just use a very secure password because your VICIdial is on the internet and it will be very dangerous if you do not use a secure password. Select your time zone. For me, for example, is +1. And also select your country here, your time zone for the voicemail. Of course, if you don't use the voicemail, it's not required, but it's better to set the correct time zone. My correct time zone is correct, Eastern, so I don't change it. And I click submit. When I click submit, the new password is already set. The password has been updated. So I can just update, refresh the page. It will ask me again for the username and password. I will use 6666. Then the password, I use abc.123. Great. And now we are in the panel. The very last step before you can configure your system is to go to the users. Select user 6666. And then give permission to yourself. Because, for example, look at here, although the 666 is the admin user, if I go to reports, it will tell me that you don't have permission. In order to give myself a permission, I need to go to the users, select my user, admin user, then come to this part, admin interface options, and then, for example, view report, I set to 1, means yes, I want to view the reports. And for example, agent, select all of them as 1 because you may need it if you need to configure it for 666. Or if you know what you need to configure, then just add whatever you want. Select all of them to 1. Just pay attention. This API user only, it should be 0. This is very important. Don't set this to 1 because if you set this to 1, then you can't log in as admin. Because this is just for the API. If you have, for example, a CRM integration or different options, so don't use this. Don't set this one to 1. This has to be 0, and then submit. For example, now if I go to the reports, I can see I have access to the reports. This is the latest version. That's the VERM enhanced reporting module we can see here as well. So that's the latest version. And if you select here, this shows my timing is perfect because my PHP time, my DB, and my server have the synced time here. Why this is so? Because in the previous step, we used the VICIBOX dash time zone to set the time zone. If this is not matched, there is a problem on the time zone and you need to do that step again. Thank you. That's it. This is the easiest installation that we can have on the cloud using the ready image. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.